Hey there, it's me again. I'm out on this beautiful summer day, coming towards the end of summer as kids go back to school and schedules start to realign. And, the nights will start getting shorter soon, and that's a time when I try to watch, stay home at night, get in by the sun going down, and watch a little more TV than I would in the summer, and maybe look for more entertainment. And what I've found over the years of doing this work, it's really made me sensitized to how we're entertained. And I cannot find anything that's not a cooking show or a how-to DIY show, except for those. As far as actual scripted entertainment, I challenge you, find a TV series or movies that don't have a gratuitous strip club scene, that don't make some joke about a prostituted person, that don't make fun of men that buy sex or pornography. So basically anything with commercial sex, it's really hard not to find some reference to it. And I'm hypersensitive to it. Maybe you might not realize it, that you're getting kind of I would say programmed or gaslighted or whatever to thinking this is just some silly thing. And the destruction it causes, the people I help, the families destroyed on all levels by this. There's nothing funny about it. There's no joke. It's not cute. It's not something to giggle or blush about. It is absolute destruction when a family is touched by commercial sex, whether it's a wife whose husband is buying, whether it's a family whose daughter or son has been exploited, sold, groomed, lured, tricked into thinking that somehow it's a, quote, lifestyle. But if you have to pay for sex, the money is the coercion. Therefore, you're coercing, or in the law, coerce and force are the same. You're coercing someone to have sex, whether it's on camera or in person. There's what's funny about that? What is so sad? And I say commercial sex is marketed overwhelmingly to men. What is so funny about men being targeted with this visual fantasy that strips them of their protective nature, that strips them of their provider nature, that strips them of the male energy they bring to a family, and distorts it into something that's akin to maybe middle school boys seeing National Geographic in their first set of boobies. When I read the comments involved in cases I've worked, a lot of times we'll look at locations and look for comments of people that have visited. It's just ridiculous. It's so infantile, juvenile. And yet in their minds, they think they're some goddess stud, or, they think they've experienced something beyond what real people experience. Well, it's quite the opposite. Studies find they get more depressed. They feel bad when it's over. They feel elated before, but when they're imagining a fantasy. And of course, the fantasy is never, real life didn't always meet the fantasy. So they continue to consume it. And if you look at a lot of the commercial sex places, they'll post about they have showers, or, don't come in smelling bad. I noticed that when the men get really deeply involved in it, they start to lose just a lot of their soul and a lot of themselves. And I think that's what has to do with the hygiene and not bathing and brushing their teeth at some point, when they just get so down a rabbit hole they can't climb out. And that's sad too. Without the buyers, none of this would exist. So they're certainly culpable. And in Texas, if you solicit commercial sex, you could face a 2-year felony now. So they're looked at as criminals, but yet it still flourishes. And it's still in our media as if it's some kind of joke. So I challenge you, send me something to watch that doesn't have that reference, that doesn't treat it as frivolous or light, because I'm about out of stuff to do now. It's probably good, I'm gardening, playing board games, finding other entertainment that's probably better. But, sometimes it's nice to sit down and, shut off the world and go into a place where you know the characters and look forward to seeing them. And I dumped into the old show Emergency with the paramedics when that was new, and I thought, okay, this will be a safe place. Nope. 2 episodes actually had some reference to stripping, prostitution, and it wasn't the worst I've seen, but it was still the snicker and the blushing and the giggle, like somehow this wasn't destruction. And that show was made a long time ago. So if I can't find it in the 70s, I know I can't find it today. What have we done to ourselves? So anyhow, send me your thoughts. I mean, I hope maybe you can find something to help me out of this hole. And maybe we can find some entertainment that's, really entertainment and not propaganda. All right, thanks. Bye.